Being an LGBTQ youth has its own challenges. They struggle with acceptance from themselves, family, peers, and society. Navigating their identity in a school setting can be particularly difficult. Students endure harassment and assault at much higher rates than their peers. LGBTQ students also have less support from faculty. Staff intervention with LGBTQ targeted bullying is often not consistent or effective. This leads to higher rates of depression, suicidal thoughts, and absenteeism, as well as poor academic performance and self-esteem. This presentation explores the issues presented in the literature, major themes found, and questions for future research taken from the literature. I identified 3 themes: bullying in school policies, teacher beliefs and preparedness, and teaching through a queer lens. Many school policies lack LGBTQ-specific language and do not have policies in place to protect transgender and gender non-conforming students in gendered spaces, such as bathrooms and locker rooms. LGBTQ-specific language can help reduce rates of bullying on the basis of sexual orientation and gender expression. A study on several Pennsylvania school districts found that when a teacher reported an LGBTQ inclusive bullying policy, they also reported higher rates of intervention. Some solutions to lower bullying rates and increase intervention are making LGBTQ inclusive bullying policies to outline protections for transitioning students, and encouraging learning environments that are supportive and have no tolerance for bullying. Many issues also arise from a lack of teacher awareness regarding LGBTQ issues. This lack of awareness can cause teachers to not provide proper support and accidentally reinforce detrimental heteronormative practices and policies. This could be seen with teachers using the incorrect pronouns or using language and slurs that degrades gender expression or sexual orientation. Additionally, some teachers believe that these students should not express their identity because it is sinful. This creates many other issues, such as how can these teachers create learning environments that encourage self-expression and promote acceptance of LGBTQ students? Teacher trainings and increased awareness can help create more open learning environments and make them better prepared for supporting LGBTQ students. Several articles suggested teaching through a queer lens as a way to combat heteronormative content and gender binary. While the literature does not explain what this would look like, some examples could be removing harmful norms in the curriculum and classroom, identifying biased curriculum and practices, and encouraging language and ideas that allow for representation of all identities. Harmful classroom norms could look like using the wrong pronouns, using gendered groupings in spaces, or using language that is degrading to the LGBTQ community. This requires teachers to be more comfortable with identifying and addressing harmful practices, which could be helped through teacher trainings and more specific examples of what teaching through a queer lens looks like. Ultimately, empathy is what is needed. Empathy will encourage teachers to do the best for their students, even if they have a moral objection to the LGBTQ community. It can allow teachers to connect to their students and provide individualized support. Empathy can come from increased awareness of the issues that these students face and help teachers create open learning environments that cultivate self-expression. This literature has raised several questions that could be explored in future research, such as how do we encourage pre-service teachers that have a moral or religious objection to the LGBTQ community to have empathy for LGBTQ students? How can we establish norms that account for each individual experience and set standards for LGBTQ students? And how can we include open environments for discussion in every classroom and age group? Thank you so much for your time. If you have any questions, please contact me at sophia.farmer599@topper.wku.edu.